Hello, welcome to the class. We're going to do a quick 30-minute, roughly short practice. It's going to be a practice using maybe the wall at some point. And we're going to start with getting down on the mat though. So if you have a block, maybe a blanket, and if you have a strap handy, that would be great too, okay? So let's just lie down. And before we initiate any practice, remember that we have to initiate connection with our breath. So just take a few breaths in and out, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a deep breath in and out. Often you're told to breathe really deeply. Just see if you can soften a little bit in your inhale. And feel the movement of your torso as you breathe in. And then when you exhale, just feel that breath moving all the way down along your spine, down towards your pelvic floor, maybe a slight little tone in your lower abdomen. And then you repeat the process, you inhale all the way up through your spine. Not creating any extra tension with the breathing. Focusing a little bit more on breathing into your rib cage, the front of your rib cage, the sides of your rib cage, the back of the rib cage. Setting an intention to practice today. Open your eyes. And bring your right knee into your chest. Stretch your left leg out. Bring the right knee a little bit over to the right hand side. Press the back of your left thigh down into the floor. If that's a little bit too much, you can keep the left knee bent. And now stretch the right leg up. Extend your right heel up towards the ceiling. Hold underneath the back of your right thigh and press your right outer thigh forward. And really connect with this right outer thigh, pressing forward. Firm that right leg. Broaden across your chest. Inhale deeply here. Really pushing into your hands. Okay, now keep that, even if you need to bend your knee a little bit. And then now we're going to bring our arms back. We're going to turn both hands to face up. The hands are going to hover just above the ground, just a little bit. Now that might be quite enough for you. But the most important thing here is that you draw your bottom ribs in and down. So these lower ribs down in the lower rib cage. Instead of pushing your rib cage up towards the ceiling, draw the rib cage in, into your spine, down in. Might feel like you're rounding your back a little bit. Okay, so hands are hovering, and now lift your left foot just a little bit off the floor. Take 5. Draw your bottom ribs in. You might be quivering a little bit here. That's totally normal. 4 and 5. Slowly release the left leg. Bring the arms forward. Drop the right foot down. Let's stretch the right leg out. Bring the left knee in. Not necessarily to the chest, but a little bit over to the left-hand side of your chest. And again, you can bend the right knee if you wish. And just teaching yourself just to stay focused on the moment, on what you're doing. Notice if the distraction of your mind pulls you away from this present moment. Just See if you can come back to sensation of breathing in, breathing out. Okay, now lift your left foot up, extend the heel up, spread your toes, put the hand behind the back of the thigh as best you can. And it's okay if you have to bend your left knee a little bit. Push your left outer thigh forward into your hands. And of course, if that feels, it might be easier for you to bend the right knee and do that then, especially if your hamstrings are a bit tight or the backs of your legs just feel not so open. Release the hands, stretch the arms back. Now let the hands hover a little bit off the floor, palms facing up, spread the fingers. And then lift your right foot up a little bit off the floor, engage, bottom ribs down and in. You're looking for kind of chest, so your upper chest and your navel drawing in towards each other. 3 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Drop your right foot down. Bring your arms forward. Release the left foot. Now we're going to extend both feet up. And you can, you have an option here, legs straight and feet together. Or this is a bit easier too on the lower back. Bend the knees and cross the ankles. And it's like you kind of resist the ankles against each other. So I'm going to go with the straight legs, but you can take that other option. Hold the sides of your mat and draw those bottom ribs down and in again. Take a deep breath in. This might be enough for you. Take 5. Drawing the bottom ribs down and in. Okay, now let's lower about a quarter of the way. Bottom ribs down and in. Let's move off to the right a little bit. And let's make it kind of a little bit of a circular movement. So let's go up, over to the left, down a little bit to the left. And now let's bring it back to that quarter position that we brought our feet in. Bottom ribs down and in. And try to breathe smoothly. Inhale, bring your legs back up. Take a moment here, big expansive breath in, inhale. Exhale, down to that quarter point again. Now we're going to go a little lower, a little lower, a little lower, to the point where we're hovering off the floor. Inhale, bring your legs back up with control. Now slowly let the left leg come down slowly, spread both toes. Just let that left foot just hover a little bit off the floor. You might not know where the floor is at this point. Okay, so there it is. And now inhale, left leg back up. Exhale, hovering the right leg and right foot just a little bit off the floor. Inhale. And left leg. Spread both toes. Bottom ribs down and in. Inhale, left leg back up. Exhale. Soften your jaw, relax your jaw. And then this is our last round. Inhale, left leg down. Exhale, right leg. Back up again. And bring your knees into your chest. Deep breath in. Exhale. Okay, drop your feet down to the floor just for a moment. Let's roll over to one side and press ourselves back up. And then let's come onto all fours. Spread your fingers. Turn your fingertips out to the sides and just gently rock over to one side. Now you can make a circle. You can go in the opposite direction. Now that might be enough for you. I'm going to reverse my fingers back. Maybe you can do that also. Now here you can do a couple of options, kind of a little bit of a back and forth. You can lift the heel of your palms up, that's okay. You can even do a little bit of a rotation. A little bit side to side. And let's bring our fingertips back. Okay, knees under hips, hands under shoulders, pressing fingers down. Now tone the belly. So a little bit like before, don't push the ribs down to the floor, draw the bottom ribs a little bit in. You don't have to round your back so much, but just kind of a certain tone in your belly. Slowly slide your right foot on the floor back behind you. And now lift from your inner thigh. Lift your right inner thigh up. Stretch the left arm forward. Let's take 5. And slowly left hand down, right knee down. Bottom ribs in. You might have to just reset every time. Slide your left foot back on the floor. And think about it's not the foot that's lifting up, it's the left inner thigh that's lifting. Press into the left hand, extend the right hand forward. Push a little bit into the left hand, right hand down, left knee down. Move the hands forward about a hand's distance. Spread your fingers evenly, curl back on your toes, lift your hips up and back. Walk your feet hip distance apart, parallel to each other. And just lift the heels really high. And the top of the thigh here, which is kind of the crease of your thigh, I want you to lift that up a little bit more. Create a little bit more extension. Straighten the arms, push the inner hands down, but firm your triceps and your upper arms in. Let the neck relax. Inhale deeply. Exhale, look forward. Step your feet to the top. Inhale, really lengthen and create a little bit of a back bend here in your upper chest. Even if your hands are on your shins, exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, stand up, press the heels down, exhale, arms down. Come into Tadasana, open the chest, spread the collarbones. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest forward and up. Exhale, step the left foot back just for a moment, just getting low into those hips. Right leg back, plank, push into the floor with your hands, push away from the floor. Now draw the shoulders back and down, squeeze your legs. Downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale back into plank again. Lift the navel away. Lengthen your tailbone in. Then exhale, downward dog. So you don't necessarily need to push your heels down. Work on pressing your thigh bones back a little bit more. Shins back to calf muscles. Firm your kneecaps. Inhale back into plank. Exhale, slowly chaturanga. Come down onto the floor. Lower your head down. I'm going to lift my head up just so you can hear me. Tone your lower belly. So just feel the lower belly lift. Lift your legs a little bit. And as if you had a block between your inner thighs, just gently firm in. Keep lifting the lower belly. Now lift the chest. The head of the shoulders draw back. Lift your chest a little bit more. Broaden across your chest. Now squeeze your elbows in. And firm your legs. Drop the top of the feet down. Cobra. Inhale. Exhale. Downward dog. Inhale deeply here. Exhale. Step the feet to the top. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms down. Stretch the arms up. Bend the knees for Utkatasana. So really lift the lower belly, draw those bottom ribs in. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the chest forward and up. Now exhale, we're going to step our left foot back. We're going to spin the back heel down, bend into that front leg. Warrior one. Reach up, inhale. Exhale. Hands come forward, step the left foot back. Right leg back. Turn the right toes a little forward. Then deeply into that front leg. Tailbone drops. Inhale. Straighten your arms. Lift through the little fingertips. Exhale. Right foot forward. Inhale. Exhale. Uttanasana. Then knees. Lean back into your heels. Stretch the arms up. Exhale. Tadasana. Okay, so I'm going to move to the wall now. So I move my mat in. Now I'm going to use a block also, or you might need 2 blocks or a little bit more support, you know. Just put them there. And first things first, I'm going to drop down onto one knee. I'm going to bring my right heel into the skirting board. Now you can see already that you might need maybe the 2 blocks or even higher, maybe might need to put a block under each one. So I'm going to square my pelvis towards the floor, or sorry, towards the wall. Back knee is down. And if you're nicely secure, then walk your hands up the wall. Tone the belly. Lift the chest, the upper sternum towards the wall. Now firm the front leg. Lift the chest, walk your hands a little bit up. Now as you walk up, draw your hips back away from the wall. And firm that right outer hip in. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, just drop your chin. Okay, now lower your hands. And then let's move our blocks back maybe. And put the block to the outside of maybe the right outer shin. Curl back on your back toes. Lift it and spin the back heel down. Just make sure you're nice and secure. Now for some people, they might need to raise this block up a little bit higher, just because. You're going to put your hand onto the block. Now firm that right leg, firm that back leg. Stretch your top arm up. Inhale here. And then this bottom leg, we're going to keep firming the bottom leg and pressing into the wall as we press into the back foot. Reach up. Okay, slowly look down. We're going to drop our back knee down again. This time we're going to move it in a little bit so we feel a bit more secure. We're going to lift the back knee up, and now we're going to face towards the wall. And we're going to come into a twist. So I'm going to bring my opposite hand down onto the block. Left hand comes down, right outer hand comes onto the right hand comes onto the outer hip. Maybe stretch the top arm up here. Look down, bring your hands down, drop your back knee down, and release that leg. Come into a downward dog. Walk your feet hip distance apart. Relax the small muscles in the back of your neck. Okay, so the left foot forward coming into the wall now, and you can see I did it the other way around, so I'm putting my right foot in. It might become a little bit more, I'd be able to see this a bit better maybe. So bring your left sole of your foot into the skirting board. And of course, yeah, now that you know that you might need those extra few blocks, you might have to do that. Set that up. So bring your hands onto the wall in front, square your hips forward. And this front hip needs to, sometimes the hip sticks out a little bit, so draw it back and in, so that that opposite hip can face forward. Walk your fingers a little bit forward. Even if you don't touch the wall, it's okay. Even if you're like, barely touching it, and if you have to bend your knee. Lift your chest forward enough without hiking that hip in, or out, I should say. Draw it in, firm the front leg. Draw the chin in. Keep lifting the ribs, the sides of the waist away from the lower limbs. Okay, super. And now bring your hands down. And we're going to maybe bend the front leg a little bit. And we're going to curl back on the back toes and spin the back heel down. So make sure you get a good grip there in your back foot first. You can even put your hand into the wall, but I'm going to put my hand on the block. And spin the chest open to the right. Stretch the top arm up. Firm both legs. Now press into the back outer foot a little bit more strongly. Keep firming, and then exhale. Look down. Slowly drop your back knee down. So we're going to take that twist. It is challenging. Excuse me. So you could keep your knee down and try it that way. You could just put the block to the outside of your shin. Spin your right hand sorry, your left hand onto your other hip. Maybe stretch the top arm up. I'm going to go for lifting the back leg up. Keep squeezing the inner legs together, open the chest, lengthen. Lift the top arm up. Drawing that left outer hip back and in, really firming the inner legs towards each other. Look down carefully. Release the back knee down first and come out. Let's come into downward dog from here. Walk the feet hip distance apart. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so let's just walk the feet towards, not towards the wall, but just a little bit forward. Put the hands onto the hips, inhale, rise up, and exhale. I'm going to move a little bit out from the wall now. So I have a little bit more space to work with. And then we're going to come to the top of our mat, feet together, inhale. We might flow a little bit now, exhale. Inhale, lift the chest forward and up. Exhale, plank. Lower yourself, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Firm your legs, lift your armpits. Exhale. And Shavasana. Step the right foot forward now, big long step. Spin that back heel down as before, leg near the wall. Straighten the legs. Reach the arms out. Inhale. And exhale. Holding from that hip crease. Extend the top arm up. And look down if you need to. Now let's bring that top arm forward. Get a little bit of a side stretch. Really start to breathe into the spaces between your rib cage. Now bend the right knee. And if you need to put your right elbow onto your right thigh, that's okay. But if your hand is okay where it is, stay where you are. You can put your hand on a block too. Keep spinning that lower belly towards the ceiling. And look down. As you look down, bring your both hands down, but bring that left hand on the inside of your right foot. And let's twist the opposite way. Lifting the right arm up. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, look down, step back, downward dog. And then let's step the left foot forward. Spin the back heel down, just take a nice long step forward. Come up, press your feet down, spread your hands away from each other, and firm your legs. Inhale, exhale. Really reaching up with the top arm, spreading your collarbones. Pressing the back outer heel down. Now bring that top arm forward, palm facing the floor. And then bend the front knee, and if you wish to put your your left elbow onto the thigh, you do that. Or bring your hand to the floor. Slowly bring both fingertips down. We're going to twist to the left. Lift the back inner thigh up a little bit. Reach up with the top arm a little bit more, lift your armpit. Exhale. Look down, step back into downward dog. Inhale, Adho Uttanasana. Couple of deep breaths here. Inhale, stretch your right leg up. Exhale, slowly bring your right knee towards the left armpit. Push the floor away. 3, 2, and 1. Slide your right foot over to the left. Spin your back heel down. I have to put my foot up a little higher. Lift your hips and lift that top arm up. I think it's called falling triangle. Slowly look down, step back to downward dog. Inhale, left knee. So we're going to stretch the left leg up. Exhale, left knee in towards right armpit. Lean forward, kind of twist. Side twist. Push the floor away, especially into that left hand. Now, slide your left foot out to the side. Spin your back heel down. Lift your hips a little bit. Lift your top arm up. Exhale, look down, and step back into downward dog. Drop your knees down. Sit on your heels. Let's lie down all the way down our back. And let's grab our strap. Open the strap. Bend both knees. Lift the right foot. Put the strap around the top of the right foot. Broaden across your collarbones. Draw your shoulders back and keep those arms straight. As before, press your right outer thigh forward. You can bring your leg a little bit more forward and it's straight, then you can do that. But then sometimes some of us might need to bring our leg a little bit more away from us. Straighten the bottom leg out if that feels appropriate. Push the outer thigh forward. Press through the base of your big toe and through your heel. 3, 2, and 1. Put the strap into your right hand. Left hand goes on your left leg and really press the back of your left hamstring down. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate that right leg out. Now it doesn't have to be a lot. Press out to the inner thigh. Press out to the inner foot. Press out to both inner feet. Inhale, bring your right leg back up. Now you can hold the strap here if you wish, or you can hold underneath the back of your thigh, but just if you're holding the back of the thigh, or just walk your hands up as high as possible as you can, and then lift your head. And put the strap down. You can use your strap also. Lift your head and lift your shoulders. Draw the leg in, but it's more about lifting, drawing those bottom ribs in. Let's take 5 here. Let's point the toes. Inhale, head down. Exhale, release the right leg. And both knees. Lift the left foot up. You can use the strap here if you wish, or maybe you can hold your toe. Stretch the right leg out. Press the left outer thigh forward. Strap into your left hand. Put your right hand onto your right thigh. Now press the back of your right leg really firmly into the floor. Inhale. Exhale, let's rotate over to the left. Keep pressing the opposite leg into the floor now. Draw your shoulders back and down. Again, it's not really about how far you go, but how far you can stay to that edge of engaging both legs really firmly. Not just wobbling off to one side. Inhale. Left leg comes back up. You can keep using the strap, or you might just stretch the arms up. Lift the head, lift the shoulders. Point both toes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, head down. Exhale. Strap away. Your knees into your chest. Your right knee on top of your left knee as best you can. Hold maybe just your knees into your chest, or hold your outer calf muscles, the outer shins, or if you can hold the outer feet, then go for that. Draw the feet towards your face. Draw your sacrum down. 5 breaths here. Inhale slowly. Let the feet go with the hands and draw the knees over to the left. Stretch the right arm out. If this doesn't feel comfortable, then just release the legs. Just bring both knees over to the left. Now push a little bit into that left elbow to turn your chest more to the right. Inhale, come back up. Release the legs. Knees in. Walk the left knee on top. Again, you might just look a little bit like this, and that's okay. You can just draw your knees in. If you can tightly draw that knee on top of one another, then work with drawing shins in, outer shins in, lower shins, outer ankles. Hold the sides of your feet. Draw your feet towards your face. Keep the sacrum down. And slowly release your hands. Let the feet go. Allow the knees over to the right. So push a little bit into your right elbow to turn your upper chest to the left more, so that that left shoulder can release more to the floor. Inhale, bring your knees back up, uncross your legs, drop your feet down, Shavasana. Stretch the legs out, just adjust your feet a little bit. You might need to make some small adjustments first. You walk your feet a little bit apart, you move your arms a little bit away from your body. Now, obviously, do what feels comfortable for you. If you feel that resting your hands on your lower belly feels better, then do that. Just one more time, let's draw the shoulders a little bit back and down. And just soften the bridge of your nose down to release the back of the neck. Gently swallow. Close your eyelids. And let your practice just soak into your nervous system. Come back to the sensation of where you feel the in-breath. And just the sensation of the out-breath. Let the breath just soften just a little bit more. And just see if you can soften a little bit more in your shoulders. Muscularly, the shoulder joints just soften from the inside out. Down into your abdomen, softening. Back of the abdomen, softening. And the shins and our ankles, outer feet just collapsing. So thank you for practicing with me today.